I've been running with the new. Hey. Yeah!
Every time I'm calling, she says she gonna call me back. I told her call me Rocky.
The rap world is full of many singers who feel the need to go all out with their voices and prove their worth. But other times, singers need a little help, which is where autotune comes in. It can help your voice or make you sound unrecognizable. So allow us to show you some of the rappers who definitely use autotune to sound better.
I know you smell the perfume.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.
Juice WRLD.
Take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you. I cannot change you.
It's with a heavy heart that we bring up Juice WRLD, because he's a rapper who sadly passed from this world not too long ago, and many are still sad about it, mainly because he was only 21 when he passed away, making him yet another member of the infamous 21 Club. Not to mention the fact that he basically took his own life as he overdosed while trying to get away from police who were trying to search his plane. But to honor him, let's look at his music and his use of autotune. In this track, Lucid Dreams, you once again hear the autotune very clearly, as you should. But the irony with this track is that there's honestly a couple different versions of the non-autotune version depending on which Juice WRLD you were dealing with at the time. For example, one time he went and did an experimental version where he honestly sounds nothing like the song, and it makes you wonder if he's another super autotune rapper who has nothing with autotune. And this paints an interesting picture, but if you go to some of his concerts, you'll see that he can bust out notes pretty well, including hitting some pretty high ones. However, it should be noted that while he does have range and talent, the autotune definitely helped his voice powers. He sounds much smoother in the autotune version and much less gravelly. So yeah, he may not be a super autotune rapper, but he is a guy who was willing to use it to sound much better than he usually would. The true sadness here is that we'll never get to hear him make a new song again.
Can't relapse off these drugs, man. RP the juice. We was tweaking off them perks. I popped my last one with you.
Polo G.
Like a pro, gotta check that I ran it up some more. Like damn, I remember we was pro. Seen a lot, I done been there before. I don't speak on the things that I know.
Polo G is one of the newer rappers on the block, and we say that because he's only 21 years old, and he turned that in January of this year. But despite being such a young dog in the industry, he's had some hits that proved he's something special, including having 10 singles of his hitting the Hot 100 charts, and one of them getting in the top 10, with albums reaching as high as number 2. But how much of his voice is his own? Well, let's listen to his song 21 and find out. So as you can see, he has a good thing going mixed with autotune, but does it hold up without it? Absolutely. Take a listen.
My type with my day ones ain't trying to find no recruits. Who's playing give and take on that front line with my troops? Hey, like who on smoke? We got plenty guns.
Yeah, ain't that cool? He literally sounds 99% of the same as the track. And the only reason we're not saying 100 is because we know there is some slight autotune in there to juice it up just that little bit more. But seriously, this kid is definitely going to have a bright future ahead of him, and for all the right reasons. Because anyone who can sing that good without help and only uses autotune to try and make himself sound just that 1% better, that's a special kind of talent right there. Stay solid, Rocky.
Party girl, she just wanna have fun too. They say you ain't wifey type, but I don't care, I want you.
On a personal note, don't you think that this is kind of an odd name for a rapper? 3 words all as one and sometimes shown to be all in caps? Sure, rappers are known for having a bit of a flashy side when it comes to their names, but really? I don't know, we're just saying. Anyway, Stay Solid Rocky is another one of those new age rappers who have been rising up through the ranks. He's only 19 and he's already hit the charts with his hit single Party Girl. There are some who are much older than him and haven't done that yet. So given that this is his hit song, let's listen and see what he's got. First with the autotune in. Yeah, this is another track that is heavy in the autotune, but that's the point in many ways, as it gives the song a very heavy vibe that is hard to get out of your head, and we speak from experience on this one. And now to the song without autotune.
I'm trying to be with you so you don't be without me. She told him just like me, no, we can't leave without it. She boot up off the mess like she can't breathe without it.
Yeah, you hear the difference, right? Now to be clear, Stay Solid Rocky obviously can't sing, and he's even doing the same progression in terms of how his voice rises and drops at points. But you can also hear how his more raw voice comes out without the autotune. That's not a diss, that's just how it sounds, and he sounds fine without it. But you can see why he uses the autotune to make himself sound more unique, which is probably part of the reason why Party Girl is such a hit song on places like TikTok, which might not be around for much longer because of Donald Trump, but we digress. 6ix9ine.
Boy, being hurt.
What would a rap list nowadays be without 6ix9ine? A good one, that's what. Yeah, you heard us. Because 6ix9ine has been doing his absolute best to go and control the world ever since he got out of prison, and the world is not happy with that. But does 6ix9ine care? Nope. He's gonna keep trolling the world until the day he dies. Which, if his enemies have anything to say about that, it might be sooner than he thinks. But anyway, we of course have to go and listen to a song, unfortunately, and now without autotune.
I'll be riding with my new bitch. I've been riding with my new cat. I've been riding with the new
Wow, would you listen to that? 6ix9ine is a talentless hack, who would have thought? Okay, seriously though, it's clear that in this non-autotune clip, he's just trolling people to get them to say that he can't sing for real. But if you look at other clips of his without autotune, yeah, he still can't sing without autotune. That's the sad part about the world that we live in, because people like 6ix9ine can go and abuse autotune to go and sound a certain way so that they can project skills that they don't have at all. But of course, does that dissuade people like 6ix9ine from going and trying to make it big? Nope. He just doubles down hard to try and convince people he's the best, when we all know he's not. And that was before he turned snitch. Lil Uzi Vert.
I got the money now, that's all that I want. Yeah, she ain't me for lunch. Feel like Tupac, I'm a thug.
Lil Uzi Vert is another young rapper in the business, but he's also one who's been through some trouble via his business dealings. But before we get into that, let's talk about his track Sauce It Up. First with the autotune. As you would expect, the autotune has been racked up to help make the song feel more impactful. So yeah, just like you would expect, again from an autotune job. But when you hear Lil Uzi Vert on stage, you realize that the autotune is only there to help his voice be even better. Lil Uzi Vert is truly really good on those vocals. He can handle the beats and the flows very well, and it's clear he doesn't really need the help, which shows he truly is a great rapper in his own right. But he takes the autotune anyway because who wouldn't want to sound even better? Especially when you're trying to make yourself sound even more impressive and wow audiences. Now, as we teased earlier, Lil Uzi Vert has had some problems with record labels while he tried to release his Eternal Take album, but he eventually got free and is now living his best rap life with and without the autotune. Post Malone. If you look at the history of Post Malone, you know that he can sing, and not the least of which is because he grew his musical abilities and capabilities by doing various other genres including emo rock, metal, and more. He's a journeyman in many respects, so you might think that his music doesn't need to be auto-tuned. Yet for songs like Congratulations, he uses auto-tune, and you can hear the difference in a subtle yet efficient way. When you play the song as it's intended to be heard, there is no doubt that Post Malone used auto-tune, as you can hear the balance changes, the reverb, and various other things that are part of using auto-tune. With that, you might think that Post Malone might be like other auto-tune rappers, right? No, actually not at all. Turn off the auto-tune and you'll see that he does indeed have a good voice, one he's shown off in other ways over the years. The only difference is that he is a part of a group of singers who use auto-tune to make their tracks sound more fresh and fun. And if you listen to Post Malone tracks, you'll know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of reasons why someone like Post Malone could use auto-tune, but when you hear him without auto-tune, he has a very different style of voice. His auto-tune tracks are fun, but his real voice is more emotional, which is why he honestly has a dichotomy of tracks, if you will. Many of them sound like they're very fun and upbeat and full of auto-tune, while others are passionate songs that allow his true voice to ring out. So there you go, another reason to do auto-tune, to show a range of styles and tracks that you can do. Lil Baby.
I go a whole bottle. They smell you when they see you.
Lil Baby is a very popular rapper in the world right now because he's seen as the best of both worlds in terms of how he sounds, because he has a bit of a newer age style including using autotune as we're about to discuss, but he also knows that the point of a song is to tell a message, to get a point across, and he does that very well. But let's get to the autotune. As you'll see here in his song Emotionally Scarred, he definitely uses the autotune to boost the power of his voice. That's very easy to hear, but the question becomes just how much is autotune and how much is, well, not. The answer to that, as you'll now hear, is not as much as you think, because while it's true that Lil Baby uses the autotune, he really does have the voice that you're hearing in the track, including how he brings the notes up and down very easily. The difference though is that it sounds a lot more raw. You can hear the emotion in his voice more here than with the autotune, but that works in his favor because it allows him to belt it out.
Yo, let's turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Magic City, man, ain't like his bitch, I be stepping up. They under my feet, keep my Glock in my hand, ain't no one to see. Yeah, you don't even know us, nah. All of us on our cars, all of our jewelry flawless. All of us getting to the money, you don't even know us, nah. All of our jewelry flawless, all of us on our cars.
Lil Tjay.
So much, why the fuck is looking at my chain so much? They just mad cause I departed from the game so much. One false move and
Lil Tjay is one of the many New York rappers who have gone and made a name for themselves in the game. While others like to shy away from certain languages to reach a certain language, Lil Tjay has no problem, and he's basically unabashed in how he belts out his tunes and the lyrics that he puts into them, which brings us to the auto-tune. In his song FN, you can hear the auto-tune clearly as the song plays, and Lil Tjay is doing exactly what you would expect him to go and do, right? But let's hear how he sounds when the auto-tune is off. You might be surprised at the results. Do you hear it? We hope so, because Lil Tjay is basically doing everything the exact same way. For real, yeah, you can hear little differences that show that he is indeed using auto-tune, like certain background riffs and how his notes sometimes extend, but in terms of just his musical voice, yeah, he's got it all down pat. You could argue that the auto-tune is honestly superfluous, but sometimes the rappers need that edge whether they believe they need it or not. Still, you can see why some of his tracks are very popular, including some having over 100 million views on YouTube. Doja Cat. Yes, now it's time to get juicy with one of the former leading ladies in the rap world before she got cancelled. Doja Cat, who has wowed many with her looks, her songs, her outfits, her voice, and yes, her looks. Did we say looks twice? Well, she deserves it, as many of her fans would happily note. Now moving to the actual track, which we already teased, it's juicy. So first, the autotune version. Yeah, it's exactly what you would expect from someone like Doja Cat, which isn't a bad thing in context, more or less. Now when you play the song without autotune, you hear some interesting things. Yes, first and foremost, Doja Cat could sing, and sing very well, and yet you can hear some very detailed things that the autotune hides, including how she honestly sounds an octave deeper without the autotune. It's not too much, and it obviously doesn't go and ruin the experience per se, but it is there. Then again, later in the song, she's seen busting out high notes like it's nothing. So again, Doja Cat was talented, and she definitely got people watching her, at least before she got cancelled, or so we're told. Her belt, and yeah, she can sing too. Still working on the acting career, but she's been in some big films, and she has scores of fans, not just in the music fans way, but in terms of big rappers like Eminem and Drake, who literally fawn all over her. So does Rihanna use autotune? Yeah, she does, but most times it's to lay in an effect, which we can show you here with this track. As you can see, Rihanna is using the autotune to better meld with the feeling of this piece, mixing her voice with the others, helping in the song so that it truly feels like a unified voice. Then when she's singled out, you do hear the difference, but she can still sing. In fact, she's got a good voice on her, and many of her other music videos show that off. But when the need is there, she'll use autotune to make it sound even better. Does that hurt your view on Rihanna? We hope not, because Rihanna has proven her talent time and time again. So don't go and be mean. Lil Nas X.
Take my horse to the old town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Oh yeah, we're going there, and you can't stop us from going down this Old Town Road. Sorry. Lil Nas X got his big break via the country rap track known as Old Town Road. It's arguably one of the biggest songs of recent memory, and when you add in Billy Ray Cyrus, he's done other songs of course, but this is still his standout piece. But of course that begs the question, what does Lil Nas X and Old Town Road sound like when there isn't any autotune? Well, you'll notice right off the bat that his voice is deep, a natural kind of deep that is totally natural and fine. But when you play Old Town Road, you'll hear that it's even deeper thanks to the autotune. You can argue that it makes the song sound better in various ways, as well as helping sell the rap country feel of Old Town Road. Many would note that this is part of the appeal of the track. We don't judge. Ironically, Lil Nas X has a different kind of autotune going on with Panini, where he sounds a bit lighter, further showing the range that autotune can go if you're willing to push it. While it's true that Old Town Road is still Lil Nas X's biggest track to date, that's not a sight on him, just how the world accepts songs at times. Nicki Minaj.
You chickens get beat up on.
Okay.
They know I'm ballin', but ain't got that Spalding and ain't got no sneakers on.
Nicki Minaj may call herself the queen of rap, but that doesn't mean she's immune from the use of things like autotune. Far from it, in fact. She apparently uses it a lot more than people realize. Yeah, she sounds way different without autotune, don't you agree? Now, if we're being fair, she can sing, and she obviously does live performances to fans who clearly like what she's bringing to the table in some form, and thus why she's so popular. The problem here is the way she's singing the song. In her music videos and for the radio and other recordings that she doesn't do live, you can hear her sing the song. But when she does live performances, her style changes, and what happens as a result is more her saying the song versus singing it like she's supposed to. In this instance, she's using the autotune to make her voice sound more lively, more full, more rich, to have more pop, and to ultimately stand out, which, as we've shown, a lot of rappers do that. So we can't blame Minaj for doing the same thing, but we can fault her for not sounding 100% authentic like she claims to be at times. And there you have it, a look at various rappers who have gone and used autotune to make themselves sound even better than they honestly do. Which of these autotune reveals surprised you the most? Which ones didn't surprise you at all? Do you know another autotune rapper that could be on this list? If you do, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe. I'm King Trending, and I'll see you next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.